The creatures that, guess what, eat mosquitoes by the bushelful, thank you very much. So it's this scary confluence of events that all of a sudden these mainstay species, whether we like them or not, they're important to us, are disappearing for reasons that not only we can't prevent, but we can't even understand.
You've got the depletion of species that you haven't seen before. You've got extraordinary growing water problems around the world. You've got depletion of fisheries all over. You've got rapid increases in the price of food that you've never seen before.
As the food supply shrinks, a lethal chain of events unfolds.
It's a known fact that if America stopped exporting food because of a food crisis, immediately 100 nations would go hungry, and that in a year's time, Africa might lose 500 million people to famine.
This much I know, that where you have famine, you have plague. Where you cannot feed people properly, they become more susceptible to disease. And when you have disease, where people cannot do the work that they need to raise and transport the food, you have famine.
This cycle of disease and deprivation, if unchecked, could lead to the type of instability that can sweep the globe.
When you have that, you inevitably, sadly, have wars and governments fall, and the domino effect. That's what I'm most worried about beginning in 2012.
If this domino effect is not averted, there could be a serious threat to the survival of the human race.
When we talk about our time in history, biologists will tell us that there have been many extinctions in the past, and we are well into the 6th mass extinction on this planet right now.
We're going to go back to a situation very similar to Soylent Green, if you remember that movie years ago, where they're feeding off of plankton, and pretty soon they're feeding off of each other.
Life has been nearly wiped off the Earth 5 times before. Could there be another major extinction event in the future? Warnings from Nostradamus may unlock the answer. A striking number of ancient prophecies appear to coincide with the Mayan depiction of 2012 as a cosmically significant year. The predictions of famed prophet Nostradamus are also believed to describe the troubling array of global conditions today, disturbingly close to 2012. Even the lost book's astrological symbols seem to concur, as if they are veiled clues pointing to an impending shift.
What's interesting about this second image is the man with the bow, Sagittarius. And if you know your astronomy, and believe me, Nostradamus knew his astronomy, you know that Sagittarius is shooting his arrow almost exactly into the center of the galaxy.
Some interpreters believe the arrow in this drawing is pointing to the very place in the sky where the sun is predicted to rise in 2012. This galactic alignment is explained by the fact that the Earth rotates and wobbles like a top. And it is this wobble that causes our view of the sky to change. On December 21st, 2012, many believe that, as seen from the Earth, the sun will line up exactly with the center of the galaxy. Is the lost book providing one of the many warnings that something momentous will occur at this climactic time?
That's one of the most important things, not only being passed down by the Christians and the Jews and the Egyptians and even Islam, but Nostradamus and all of the prophets of the past have all felt this compelled to send this message down to us.
They left the messages in their text, in their oral traditions, in their temples. We've got to ask ourselves, what is it that could be so important that they would build entire civilizations to convey a message to us regarding our time in history? What were they trying to tell us?
Like many of the ancient